Largest earthquake in years rocks Yellowstone. It was felt as far as Oregon and Washington state. The M5.8 earthquake is the largest earthquake in years, hitting the region of Yellowstone National Park in Montana. The earthquake was detected on Wednesday, 6 miles from Lincoln in Montana. The strong M5.8 earthquake was followed by 2 moderate quakes of M4.5 and M3.9. They expect more aftershocks, maybe even larger. Reports have started to flood in. They point to extreme volcanic activity. People in the park reported strange sulfur smells, loud bangs and pops. Here are a number of the reports from Yellowstone. House shaking, fixtures moving, heard structure making cracking noise, pet bird would not calm down in her cage. Shook bed, moved bed enough to disconnect a plug-in, outside deck moved and creaked. Others reported strong rolling shake with strong afterquake. This is the same type of report we have seen right before many volcanoes blow. We have seen a number of reports of strange animal behavior. Heard deep rumbling both times, light items swayed, the dog came over to lean against my legs. Another person was working on their laptop in bed and everything started shaking, the headboard rattling against the wall. As they hurried out into living room and kitchen, items displaced and pendant lights swaying back and forth. Another report that worried us even more, strangely, one very strong gust of wind, extreme sulfur smell blew through the open windows of the house just prior to the earthquake. There was a strong jolt that shook the walls of the log cabin, and a couple minutes later there was a distinct but more gentle, rolling aftershock. Almost 300 miles away in Heron, Montana, it shook their house, but was more like a strong jolt, like the earth was moving. Normally we don't see reports like this. The ground felt like a wave on the ocean. Was woken up instantly, whole house was swaying back and forth, it made our cat run and hide and start meowing, and worried my wife. The sound was loud and many items fell over, car alarms went off in the city. Other reports about apartment buildings, they jiggled like jello. A number of strange sounds. One family was staying in a hotel and heard thunder and thought that was what I was feeling, then realized it was an earthquake. Another report of strange smells. I was just lying down in bed when the fan in my window and the blinds started rattling. I felt the bed sway and I looked around. The blinds were visibly moving and the fan made noises similar to when a big windstorm is occurring and blows strongly from the west into the window, but with a strong sulfur odor. My mother, who is visiting and staying in the basement room, also felt the movement while she lay in bed reading. She came upstairs for a 10 to 15 minutes, and after she went back downstairs, there was another slight tremble. She thought the sewer lines had exploded. The magma is on the move. Earthquakes and volcanoes are intimately linked. They are both products of the plate tectonic process that is constantly reshaping the surface of the Earth. But even beyond that, earthquakes are some of the best clues we have that a volcano might be heading towards an eruption. So, why are there earthquakes in the days, months, years before a volcano erupts, and why do some earthquakes lead to an eruption and some don't? Well, it is a little more complicated than it seems. You have to study the clues. This earthquake should worry anyone in the United States. We're talking about earthquakes that are leading up to an eruption. The key reason they occur is magma on the move. Most magma that is the source of volcanism in places like Iceland, the Cascades, Sicily, and almost every volcano on the planet is initially formed by melting the mantle, many kilometers beneath our feet. That magma is buoyant because it is hot, chock full of gases and made of less dense material than the rock around it, so it rises. You smell sulfur. You see reports like this. Did you feel anything? Stay paranoid, my friends.